back to the restart of heat 20. On the inside in blue, that's Sean Wilson. The man with the red helmet colour is Todd Wiltshire, the Australian.
On the outside there, Casper.
Yes, Kessler excluded, of course. Tony Casper on the outside. But remember, the Australians need to just finish and get 1 point to have a share of the spoils. But if Wilson wins it and Wiltshire were third, we could face a ride-off. Nobody wants that. Away goes our starting marshal. Wilson gets the start he wanted, cheered on by the local fans. Wiltshire doesn't need to take any risk, surely. He doesn't need to at all. The man at the back pulling up. All Wiltshire has to do is to ride round now. But Sean Wilson will keep Britain in the hunt. They will go to the race-off on Thursday if it stays like this. But anything can still happen. One lap gone.
Yeah, very good start again from Sean Wilson. Did his part, but Todd Wiltshire got away. Tony Casper doesn't really look that interested. The only hope for us now is if Todd Wiltshire's bike fails on the last 2 laps.
Well, I don't think it's going to happen. Half the race is gone. Sean Wilson in front. Todd Wiltshire in second place will be enough to give the Australians victory here tonight, and the holders of the World Cup will be through to Saturday's final. Wiltshire lifts a little bit. Wilson keeps it down. Sean Wilson, the home rider, has a lap and a quarter to go, and Sean Wilson has pulled up a few trees here tonight. Sean Wilson goes into the final lap. Todd Wiltshire tracking him in the red helmet colour there. The rain, the spray is all over the place here.
Wilson's stopping! Wilson's stopping!
Wilson is stopping, and Todd Wiltshire's going to win this. Todd Wiltshire is going to win it in red, and Todd Wiltshire wins all 3. Second place goes to the man in white, and Sean Wilson perhaps got the ignition problems that Kelvin Tatum alongside me was wishing upon Todd Wiltshire. It didn't happen. Britain can't win. Todd Wiltshire has won 4 races out of 4 tonight here and taken the Australians on to 46 points and victory. In the end, the 1 point takes Britain on to 42.
Tutaj jeszcze wyrwać z dorobku Wrocławia w tym biegu, ale zabiera się do tego z pełną pieczołowitością. Bardzo szeroko tam pod bandą szalejący Tomasz Golob. No i popatrzmy, niewiele brakowało, a już objął prowadzenie. Jeszcze tam jakby napominał swojego kolegę Uffington, by był czujny, by nie pozwolił przedzierać się tamtędy po obrzeżach toru Tomaszowi Golobowi. I w tej chwili wyciągnęli jakby wnioski. Ale nie daje za wygraną. Fantastycznie walczy, ciągle naciska, ciągle nęka swoich rywali, próbuje tu objechać przynajmniej jednego z żużlowców petardu Sparty Wrocław. Publiczność na stojąco ogląda finisz tego biegu. Jeszcze jeden atak Goloba. Nieprawdopodobna historia. Fenomenalnie Tomasz Golob, jak za swoich cudownych lat, pokazał teraz, że potrafi połykać rywali do dubeltowo. Nieprawdopodobny atak, samo zwieńczenie 4. okrążenia. I to jest, proszę Państwa, ta ikona polskiego speedwaya. Lata lecą, Tomasz Golob potrafi jeszcze takimi akcjami szokować publiczność.
yeah, we're ready to go, and we've got to make it all count.
All right, we'll let you get back to the pits, and we'll get back to Heat 2.
Then sees Alan Rossiter, the pool reserving red on the inside. Petri Coco, the Finn, goes for Eastbourne. Gate 2 in white. In Gate 3, it's Emil Lindqvist in blue for Paul. And for Eastbourne, Mark Burrows gets in his place on the action there. Western Swede down there in Sweden. Take it up with a crash at Wolverhampton, and really hasn't gone like riding since. Mark Burrows comes in. May find himself out of his depth a little bit here, but we'll have to wait and see. It's not a bad season for Stoke. And man in red, though, is Alan Rossiter. He's had a bit of a shoulder problem recently. Missed a few meetings, Alan Rossiter. And we've got a signal there from the rider in white. Petri Coco wants to see the start lights, but referee Barry Richardson demonstrates them exactly well. Well, we've got riders like Gary Hadlock, Craig Watson of Poole having a look at the action. They're all intense for both teams. They're watching them in there. Rossiter in red. Wait for him behind the starting line. Pool riders in red, it's Alan Rossiter, in blue coming through there, and the East very hard. Showing a superb talent into that first bend, and showing why he's the highest scorer. And at the back end, and this will make a difference to the meeting. Gradually, his engine's disintegrated there. He would pull onto the side, and now he's advantage. It's going to come the way of Eastbourne as they hold first and third places, Peter.
Yeah, Lindqvist's clutch was totally disintegrated there. He did very, very well to stay on that bike as he lost all his drive. His clutch just flew into pieces, so
into the final lap, and Petri Coco going to provide the second successive heat victory. A great start for Eastbourne. Back in second place, Alan Rossiter will get the consolation 2 points as it stretches out. Mark Burrows will get a somewhat fortunate point here, and Eastbourne will gain the heat advantage and will go into heat 3, heading the meeting here. Because that means that scoreline is 4 points to 2 in favour of the business of Eastbourne. It's now Pool 5, Eastbourne 7, with just 2 heats gone. The heat winner, Petri Coco there, the highest averaging reserve in the entire elite league, and showing in that heat.
the pit turn, that clutch and the chain, look at the sparks there. That is his primary chain there, rolling off clutch plates as well, and that's the end of his chain guard, the end of the chain and the clutch.
Det är Schlein som är... Det är Schlein som är täten. Ja, det är Schlein som kör elittuva. Och sen är det kampvild kuggning mellan Grigori Laguta som är stentuff. Men han får ett litet kast. Och vad händer då? Då kan Schlein nästan smita förbi med sista varvet på gång. Riktigt spännande hit här faktiskt. Laguta.
Ja, det är tuffa killar med Laguta-bröderna. De åker riktigt tufft där ute. De tar varenda liten bit på banan.
Schlein försöker det.
Förbannad där för att han satt åt honom där ute.
Har han lite trängd där, eller?
Oj, han är riktigt upprörd. Men det är... Han försöker köra på.
Han åker och jagar. Och titta varje han kör på.
Oj, oj, oj.
Oj, vad är det som händer?
Nej. Det är riktigt upprörd. Han är där.
Det är 4-5 man som måste stoppa honom här när han går bärsärkagången, Rory Schlein.
Ja, han är inne i valsläget där och röjer ordentligt.
Obaj na motocyklu i Grisa Laguta musi teraz próbować atakować z czwartego toru. Będzie mu bardzo, bardzo ciężko, bo już dobrze parą są ustawieni. I Miedziński, i Przedpełski jeszcze atakuje Grigori Laguta. Jeszcze jakimś fantastycznym manewrem wierzy, że ten mecz można wygrać tak, by wjechać do finału. Laguta między dwóch. Co tu się dzieje?
and really who've come off worst from his Corinthian refereeing. And the Americans have taken 28 points from the last 6 heats. There's the lineup for Heat 8. We'll wonder what Michael Lee will do. He said whenever he tries to race, he gets excluded. Looking across, we have on the inside John Cook, next to him Lee. Grid 3 has Lance King, who's unbeaten, and on the outside Chris Morton. And well, what will Michael Lee do now? This is Heat 8, and Lee has got a flyer. An absolute flyer up to the first corner. Cook has gone with him and moves him out. And Morton has come round on the inside again. It is being stopped. Oh, really, this is quite astonishing. There is Lee. He got a flyer. Whether he touched the tapes or not, perhaps our replay will show. Let's have a look at it. Now, was he stood still? Was there any tape touching? Well, he got a flyer. I don't think he touched the tapes, but he anticipated it. There doesn't seem to be an exclusion light on. And Lee is shaking his head here. There's Ray Chinnery, the track marshal, and Michael Lee just cannot believe what's going on. So there is the score in all the disputes and debate. We are forgetting that the Americans are running away with this one after 7 races. They've taken 28 points from the last 6 heats, 4 maximums and 2 4-2s. They really have taken England apart amid all the controversy. King has been quite brilliant, the rider in white here in Grid 3. He's won his 2 races, both times from the back. So the lineup again, on the inside John Cook, next to him Michael Lee, who must be thinking he's sitting on a barrel of dynamite. Grid 3 has King, on the outside Morton. Here we go for Heat 8 again. Lee has anticipated beautifully. Up to the corner it is Lee, and Cook has moved him out, and Morton is coming high around the outside, and Morton has ridden a perfect couple of first corners. Tremendous Cook and Morton together, and Cook having none of it. And we look at the back, where is the battle going to come from? Morton has swung back inside. Beautifully, tremendous race. Lee is at the back. It's Morton and Cook up front, and Morton goes clear. In 3rd place it is King. And Chris Morton is the one Englishman who looks capable of getting among the Yanks. Again, Lee has pulled out. But, well, we really must look at the blokes up front, because Cook, again, is having a tremendous battle here with Chris Morton. Here is that battle. Morton has been England's only race winner. And he's got John Cook right on his back wheel. Looks down at his machinery into the last lap, just 328 yards here around Foxhall Heath. And little Chris Morton, really 12 race from Cheshire, is the only man really who is unburied by the Americans. He wins Heat 8, 2nd place is Cook, 3rd place is King, and Lee again has pulled out of the action. There is Michael Lee, and he clearly is unhappy with life, but really he ought to buckle down and get on with the job. He's doing England no good at the moment.
Michael Lee, you clearly had enough going home.
Yeah, I calmed down a bit now and thought about it. You know, what can I say? It's kind of, after those 2 incidents, it's just finished my enthusiasm for racing for the day, to be honest.
Has it finished your career, though?
I don't think it's finished my career, I hope not, but certainly it's made me think twice about speedway for the time being, you know. I mean, it's just getting so ridiculous now with the way the referees are handling the sport, and the public agrees so. You know, I have public around me saying the same thing. And it's the same with every rider and everyone in the pits. Everyone's of the same opinion. Referees are ruining the sport.
You've already been suspended, Michael, by your club pool. This presumably could lead to another suspension as well, couldn't it?
Well, as I said, my feelings on speedway are quite strong at the moment. Admittedly, I've been a bad boy in the past, but if I'm going to be punished for it, then I'd rather get out of it before anything more happens, you know.
So you could be quitting then?
I could even quit, you know. I'm going to go home and have a serious think about it and see what I come with. You know, I just don't know yet. I want to have a think about it first.
It's been a sad day for you.
Very much so, you know, and it's a sad day for speedway as well.
England. Gate 3 for the USA, that's Billy Hamill, and on the outside in white is Chris Louis for England. Remember the riders, 3 from Poland. Up above is Mr. Gromski, and he will look down and keep control of this meeting. Away we go then for the very first heat. Starling Marshall moves away, and away they go. And coming across in red is Billy Hamill on his home league track, but coming through on the inside is Mark Laram. Laram picks it up for England ahead of Billy Hamill for the USA. And at the back, problems for Chris Louis, who looks as if he's going to retire, which will put Samuel Malenko in third place. And going like lightning is Mark Laram.
We need this win from Mark, there's no doubt about that. Chris Louis was very, very fortunate there not to hit anything on the inside because he catapulted off the fence onto that white line, and that could have been very, very nasty, Tony.
But Mark Laram is fast and furious, and Mark Laram is opening up some gap now in front of Billy Hamill, who's the track record holder here. Samuel Malenko is now retiring. Samuel Malenko has tumbled into the fence. He's gone down. Coming through into third place is Chris Louis, and this will put England in front as they go into the final lap now, with Mark Laram stretching that lead ahead of Billy Hamill. Back in third place now is Chris Louis, which is just what England want to close that gap, with Samuel Malenko now in blue in the last place going into the final lap as Mark Laram takes that ahead of Billy Hamill in red, and that's 4 points to 2 to England. With 5 heats to go, many of them featuring the big guns, and they don't come any bigger than that man in red, Mark Laram. Mike Berry is the man in the checkered outfit as the start marshal here at Wimborne Road. Dugard and Laram are next to each other in the centre of this quartet. The fans here are still anticipating even more action. They look down to the electric magnets and up by the tapes, and away they go. And this time, Mark Laram has made it, pursued by Martin Dugard. Dugard is going on the inside, Laram on the outside. It's line abreast at the back, with the drop being gained by Alan Rossiter, but Hurry coming through. It stays like this, the points will be shared. Mark Laram in red out front with a lap and a quarter gone. It's going to take some catching. And now coming through the inside of the back, and this could turn the meeting to Alan Rossiter. The two at the back are battling. It's decided out front, I think, but at the back is where it's going to be decided. And those two are really racing. Paul Hurry of Eastbourne has got in front at the back of that man, Alan Rossiter. But out front, Laram is stretching his lead ahead of Martin Dugard. And if it stays like this, it'll be a share and a point. But Mark Laram is looking faster with every turn of the wheel.
I think we're going to get a Mark Laram win here, but it was really important for Alan Rossi to grab that third place. But he had a good attack there, but he's now dropped right to the back, and last place for Alan.
Well, there we go. Mark Laram, a comfortable winner ahead of Martin Dugard and Paul Hurry. That means a split of the points. It keeps the margin at 2 points. It's Paul leading by 34 points to 32, with 4 classic heats still to come. And Mark Laram there in winning that heat has provided his second heat victory of the night, and yet another double-figure score. He's now got double figures in 17 successive Elite League beatings.
Goes right back to the inside. Now just watch him now. He catches a lot of grip low down, shuts the gate there on Paul Hurry, goes by him into third place, but Paul Hurry's having none of that. He comes back at Roscoe, catches Roscoe in the middle of the corner, and then accelerates off for third place.
Well, certainly the battle at the back counted, and Alan Rossiter, the man in blue, in the end beaten into last place. And certainly Alan Rossiter, the victim of that, was going to go by, but it's all gone to Paul Hurry. And I think Susie Perry has someone interesting in the pits. Susie.
Right, Mark, no worries.
Martin, come down here. See if we can sort this out. What's the problem? Obviously, a battle going on here, so just from your side.
Well, I don't really know. I was in front of Alan, and he says that... Well, ask Alan first, and I can come right, because I don't know what's the matter.
Okay, Alan, I know that was a really important heat for you. How do you see it? What's the problem?
We was having a good race, fair and square, but when he went in the corner, he looked round and see I was there, and he just stopped dead. And if I hadn't stopped at him, I'd have just gone straight through him. Now, if that's what he wants, and next time I don't give a shit, I'll go straight through him. No problem at all. But if you want to race, you don't stop dead like that. If I hadn't literally I just missed his back wheel as it was.
Okay, I think we might just be able to see it, but Martin, any recall of that?
Well, as far as I was aware, I wasn't in the wrong. If Alan says I've done that, what can I do? Don't pick your dummy up, Alan, it's on the floor.
Okay, can we see this on a monitor at all?
Clever.
I wonder if we can go and have a look at the monitor. Come with me. Okay, that was an absolutely imperative heat, and obviously Alan is devastated that he didn't get the third place. We're just watching it on the monitor now. Let's just see if we can see it. Okay, so there it is. Talk us through that.
Well, I missed the first bit, but like as I come in the corner, Martin, so as I went into the corner, I hadn't seen the beginning of it. But I mean, you know, we don't mind racing, but he literally stopped dead. And I mean, when you're going at that sort of speed, okay, yeah, it's a team event, and you've got to try and help your partner. But I mean, that was just, you know, I was just.
Martin, were you here in time to see that?
Well, I saw us coming out of this turn. I've looked over my right-hand shoulder. I've ridden down the middle of the track. Knowing Alan's there, but I haven't looked up. I've just carried on going. But at the end of the day, if Alan's upset about it, there's nothing I can do about it.
Okay, hang on a minute. I think we're going to see that. Alan, just come back. We'll see. Let's see if we can just see that again, so we can clear this up once and for all. I think that's probably the best thing to do. There you go, Roscoe.
No, not at all.
What do you think?
Look different here? Look different?
Not much. Well, that's racing, isn't it?
Does it not look there as it did look on the track when you were actually doing it?
Not really.
Nothing looks the same on camera.
No.
But I can understand from Alan's point of view him being upset. But I think that's more frustrated that he went from where he was to last place.
Okay, it was very. Can we, Alan? Can we do a bit of a handshake here? Martin. Okay. No, I want to do this. Please don't leave me yet. Hang on a minute. Can we just clear this up and do a handshake? Right, thank you very much. Okay, Jonathan. Another speedway.
9, and this features Simon Wigg, the current world long track champion, with 4 points to his name. Eric Gunderson in gate 2, the current world champion, with 5. Jeremy Doncaster with 5, a heat win in his first outing. He's in gate 3 in the white helmet colours. Kelvin Tatum, with a 6-point maximum, is on the outside and looking for victory here as they go into the first bend. The first man there in the blue helmet colours, Eric Gunderson, the reigning world champion, is making a bid to retain that title. Bear in mind, he's already been beaten by Hans Nielsen, but in pursuit at the moment of Eric Gunderson are Simon Wigg and Kelvin Tatum, Britain's 2 top hopes perhaps for this world title. Gunderson is in front. He's being pursued by Simon Wigg, who himself is the current world long track champion and looking to make it a double, previously only achieved by Gunderson, the man in front of him, and the legendary Ivan Major. But Wigg has to make ground if he's going to make this count. Gunderson out in front from Wigg, from Tatum, and at the rear is Jeremy Doncaster. Gunderson has had things all his own way in this heat so far, but at the moment he looks back, he has problems. Gunderson is in trouble in this heat, and Simon Wigg takes it up. Gunderson has had mechanical problems there and has pulled to the side of the track at the end of lap 3. A shock here, because that surely means that his world title is gone, as Simon Wigg takes the checkered flag ahead of Kelvin Tatum and Jeremy Doncaster. A valuable point for Doncaster. All 3 Brits picking up the points there, but really sadness for Eric Gunderson, because the 29-year-old who rides in England for Cradley with 3 world titles to his name is surely now not going to add a fourth.
Down the back straight in heat number 14. The lead.
My goodness gracious me! Huge accident right in front of us.
Nichols,
ale jedno co możemy powiedzieć Emilowi to, że to jest speedway i tak się jeździ w Grand Prix i myślę, że tutaj Emil nie powinien mieć do Nicholsa pretensji. O proszę, jaka wymiana uprzejmości, no niepotrzebne to jest, proszę, wywieziony teraz w bandę, Emil Sajfudinow, kopnął Nichols jego motocykl, kopią się, no nie, proszę Państwa, tego już za wiele. Myślę, że puściły tutaj nerwy Emilowi Sajfudinowowi, który wyraźnie od momentu zakończenia wyścigu prowokował Nicholsa, no i takich obrazków to my na arenach Grand Prix oglądać nie chcemy.
No od czasów, kiedy Craig Boyce uderzył Tomasza Goloba, nie mieliśmy tak fatalnych obrazków, tak fatalnych scen, żadnego
podczas żadnego z cyklu Grand Prix. Teraz jeszcze był potrącony Scott Nichols przez któregoś z członków ekipy Emila Sajfudinowa. No nie może tak reagować, nie mogą tak reagować zawodnicy światowego speedwaya. Przyszli kibice, przyszła młodzież i naprawdę no, jest to niegodne sportowców. Dodajmy tylko, że oczywiście Scott Nichols ma zapisane...
Move on to a battle between USA and Sweden in heat number 8. On the inside, Greg Hancock goes for the USA. Peter Carlson for Sweden in yellow, gate 2. John Cook, a heat win already for the USA, goes in blue from gate 3. And Henrik Gustafsson for Sweden on the outside. England are current leaders with 14 points ahead of Sweden's first race of the afternoon. On the outside, Henrik Gustafsson. Gustafsson also a heat win. Away they go. Gustafsson is going very, very fast, and he's picking it up round the outside. But good riding by Greg Hancock. Will try and jump the gate. It isn't good enough because Gustafsson goes by, and his teammate Peter Carlson's on the inside. And the Americans now have work to do because Peter Carlson is making progress, and Gustafsson out front is going well.
You're right, Tony. Greg Hancock certainly isn't having it his own way because Gustafsson's just holding on to that lead.
Gustafsson will come again to try and put John Cook at the back under pressure, but with only a lap to go, Gustafsson has a mountain to climb, and away we go down the back straight with Greg Hancock. Greg Hancock in red is going to take this pressure from Peter Carlson on that final bend. Hancock is looking the wrong side, but holds that in red ahead of Carlson in yellow. In blue is Hancock's teammate John Cook. The USA take that by 4 points to 2, which means that Sweden are now level with England at the top of the tree on 14. And the USA, well, they're closing the gap on 11 with the 4 points from that one. But Greg Hancock on his home track took advantage of a slip by Henrik.
He entered that bottom turn there. You can see he just straightens that bike up completely and runs straight towards the fence. He just about gets it down, but catches the back fence there.
Czerwony Gasly Vandano, niebieski Jimmy Nielsen, biały Tony Rickardson, żółty Tomasz Golob. Kto zwycięży w Grand Prix we Wrocławiu? Tomasz Golob troszeczkę spóźnił, ale po zewnętrznej atakuje, a tam Jimmy Nielsen wystrzelił jak z procy spod taśmy. Tomasz Golob na drugiej pozycji, Jimmy Nielsen na prowadzeniu. Na trzecim miejscu jedzie Stefan Dano, czwarty jest Tony Rickardson. Czy Tomek Golob będzie w stanie dogonić Szweda? Pamiętamy, że Szwed był wtedy zmęczony, a więc tracił pozycję w drugiej fazie wyścigu. Teraz jednak jest przyklejony do motocykla. Tomasz Golob już wypuścił maszynę, jest blisko, będzie atakował. To jeszcze będzie fantastyczna walka do samego końca. Jeszcze dwa okrążenia pozostały Tomaszowi Golobowi do końca tego wielkiego finału. Rozpędza się po zewnętrznej, ale niełatwo jest dopać Jimmy'ego Nielsena. Teraz znów się zbliżył, ależ ostre wejście w wiraż po zewnętrznej Tomasza Goloba. Czy już teraz poszerza wyjście z wirażu Jimmy Nielsen? Broni się wspaniale. No nie wiem czy poradzi sobie Tomasz Golob. Bierzmy do końca teraz. Jest już bliziutko. Jeszcze troszeczkę i być może da radę, ale się rozpędzi Tomasz Golob. Potem zejście kapitalne, ale fantastyczny, wspaniały. Troszkę chyba za szeroko. Nie da rady, może jednak teraz. I Tomasz Golob jest! Proszę Państwa, coś niesamowitego, ależ to była jazda. Jest zwycięstwo Tomasza Goloba. No w lepszym stylu nie mogliśmy sobie chyba tego wymarzyć. To była powtórka z Linköping, tylko tym razem w wykonaniu reprezentanta Polski Tomasza Goloba. Chyba nie ma wątpliwości.
Mark Lam at his best tonight, and what really seems to get me is that he's leading the World Championship. He's got the Danish Grand Prix on Saturday, and he just rides his heart out every time he goes out.
Well, this perhaps could turn the league well and truly Eastbourne's way if they can get a 5-1 out of this, because even Mark Laram might struggle against this field to go from 15 metres back. Remember, he's racing against, well, I think that Scott Nichols, his teammate, will have to do something about holding people up out front, and Scott Nichols goes from gate 2 now between Martin Dugard and Joe Screenpeter. Now gets gate 3, Martin Dugard going back. Mark Laram is going to have to sit there and wait while they get their goggles in place because clearly the humidity here is telling and misting things up. But we're all 18 metres. He mustn't creep. Our starting marshal will walk away and does. Up fly the tapes. Away goes the Eastbourne man in Joe Screen. Screen is out front. Dugard's in second place. Scott Nichols is there. The Ram is way back. Now for Eastbourne to win this, Martin Dugard has to get by the man in red, Scott Nichols. Nichols is going wide and picking up the grip. Screen is out front. The Ram may be catching them.
Nichols is really catching Screen as well, so it's all on. Everything to go for right now, Tony.
With just over 2 laps to go, Nichols is going round the outside. Joe Screen's in front. If it stays like this, the match will be drawn. The fans are raving the roof of the stand, but look at Scott Nichols. Nichols is picking up the grip. Joe Screen is going to have to go wide and block him. Nichols goes round the outside. Nichols gets the cheers of the full fan. Joe Screen will have to come back again. At the back mark, the Ram has stopped, but this will be enough to give victory to Paul Parridge. And Eastbourne are defeated in this one. Scott Nichols wins it ahead of in yellow Joe Screen, in white Martin Dugard. 3 points apiece, 46-44 is the victory. The Paul fans are ecstatic. Eastbourne still have a lot to do. They've got the bonus point, but they've lost this by the narrowest possible margin. And a great ride by that man, Scott Nichols. His 4th successive heat victory has taken Paul to victory here for the first time against Eastbourne this season. They've won by 46 points to 44.
Opened up a 6-point gap after 10 races. You do feel that with only 4 points between the two sides, this race is absolutely crucial, Sam.
It is so critical. And we got Edward Kennett there. We know that he's had some problems. Hopefully he sorted them out. He's got the carburetor, as you said, was a problem. He's going to know darn well that on the outside there, that's Ulumek unbeaten. And if you want to give Ulumek a disadvantage, put him outside of these 3 guys, and he'll have to work for it if he can do it. But Edward would definitely want to salvage something out of this one and join Scott Nichols and get some 3 points underneath his belt and possibly pull it off.
Good to see Eddie Kelly back in Speedway. He took his punishment on the chin after the silencer issue last year. But he's a talented Speedway rider and a British Speedway rider as well. So it's good to see Eddie back on the bike and doing what he does best. Heat number 13, it is. Big race coming up. Birmingham looking to defend the 4-point advantage. Coventry looking to go for them and maybe even level it here. A very tense start for the Arnold Ellison showed a textbook start in white. Coming on the inside of blue, Scott Nichols over there, coming around the outside. Trying to get back is Eddie Kennett, whose misery continues here. But the man in white is Bjarne Pedersen. Scott Nichols is in blue, coming high and wide around the outside. But Pedersen dropping the ball, and Birmingham are going to fall too here. This would be sensational for the Brummies.
Scott Nichols has took the right corner now, but he's built his momentum going into this one. He's going to go up high. He's going to have to really reach and slow him down there. Look at that. Oh, jeez.
Unbelievable. Nasty spill.
Unbelievable.
Nasty spill in heat number 13. Let's hope the boys are going to be okay. And, well, that was pure racing. The boys were going for it, Sam.
Absolutely. I've seen them. I've seen Scotty build that momentum. Look at that front wheel. That was a foot peg that caused that. They just got too close, and Bjarne Pedersen's foot peg got caught into Scotty's wheel, and it just stopped him.
Yeah. And that
point. Bjarne felt it. He was riding the right line. He was where he needed to be to keep the speed going. Look at Bjarne right there. He's got his back wheel where the dark side of it is. Scotty gets himself right there, but just about there. All it was the front wheel got caught up on something on Bjarne's bike, and he just stopped them and pulled them both down on the ground immediately. You can just see right here, I don't know what we're going to see, if it's the foot peg. Yeah, you can just see what, yeah, Bjarne's foot just got taken off the foot peg, and that got sucked into the spokes.
The front wheel has collapsed there. That's caused the accident, so quite clearly dreadful scenes there. Bjarne Gunnarsson has walked away.
Great, good to see.
And Scott Nichols remarkably walking away as well.
Unbelievable.
Absolutely fantastic. And Scott Nichols is excluded, we're told. And there's what's left of his bike.
Before today, he was down in 10th place. Points are vital for him, and it seems that he cannot go any higher if my mathematics are correct. But at the moment here, Thomas Golob, Tommy Knudsen and Craig Boyce are racing for places. They may have to all go to Lanigo next week to qualify for next year. But who gets to the bend first here? Coming around on the inside is Thomas Golob in red. He holds off Tommy Knudsen in blue. Coming through quickly in white is Craig Boyce. Craig Boyce in second place. Coming through in front with a lap to go, but Boyce makes it on the inside. There's going to be a battle here on the bend as he takes Golob wide. Golob comes back again on the inside, and down they go. Craig Boyce is another victim of the Golob efforts on this Grand Prix series. Thomas Golob has brought down just about every rider in the field so far in this series, and we'll have to see what happens. Look at Craig Boyce, he's wondering what happened there, and predictably Thomas Golob is excluded. Thomas Golob is out of this, which means that Thomas Golob finishes third because Tony Ricardson didn't take place in the rerun. So Thomas Golob is excluded here, which means we have two men racing for the place. Let's see it, Peter, what happened there?
Yeah, that was awful, really. I mean, Golob's done it again, hasn't he? The very last Grand Prix race of this year that he was competing in, he has to go and take Craig Boyce off the bike completely.
Oh, look at this! Well, Prince Hamid in Cardiff will have nothing on Craig Boyce. Craig Boyce is surely the cruiserweight champion of Australia. He has laid out Thomas Golob, and I think we said 2 or 3 Grand Prix races ago, we said that somebody sooner or later would land one on Thomas Golob, and that was the best right hook they've seen in East London. Look at Thomas Golob down there, and they're counting. Here comes Thomas Golob's brother's come over the rails. Thomas Golob's brother is there. Thomas Golob's brother has come to his rescue on the track. Tim Swales, the BFPA chairman, is out there. It's all happening, the action down on the track, right in front of us at the starting tape. As a stretcher is sent for Thomas Golob. Thomas Golob is down. So many people have probably been wanting to do that. There goes Craig Boyce. Craig Boyce walks off. The 27-year-old Australian has produced the right
Zwyciężyli goście. Skandowali szalikowcy włókniarza, cały stadion śpiewa z nami włókniarz i wszyscy, bez względu na wiek, płeć, przyłączyli się do tego churalnego dopingu. A w tymże ostatnim 15 wyścigu zobaczymy z pierwszego pola w czerwonym kasku Sebastiana Ułamka, z drugiego w żółtym Billy Hamila, z trzeciego w niebieskim Joe Screena i z czwartego w białym Piotra Śwista. Hamil i Świst. Hamil dotąd 8 punktów, Świst 13,5 w 5 startach. Ułamek i Screen. Ułamek 7, Screen 10,5. Poszli! Od tego wszystko zależy i gorzowianie na czele zamarły trybuny. Zupełnie cicho, grobowa cisza na stadionie w Częstochowie, ale w niebieskim kasku Joe Screen stara się przedzielić prowadzącą dwójkę gorzowian. Hamil pierwszy przy krawężniku, ogląda się, czeka na Piotra Śwista. Świst po zewnętrznej, ale wyraźnie nie pasuje mu jazda takim torem. Próbował zamienić się z Hamilem stronami, wejść na wewnętrzną. Teraz tak uczynił. Screen zwietrzył swoją szansę, idzie głęboko, szeroko. Hamil teraz musi odpierać ataki Screena. Przepuścił Śwista, ale Świst jest zbyt wolny. Świst nie daje rady. Hamil ma utrudnione zadania, a Screen nie odpuszcza. Ogromna walka. Po zewnętrznej Screen. Szaleją trybuny między dwójkę gorzowian, ależ emocje. Ułamek się nie liczy, Niestety ma czas wyrazić sobie skutecznie w tych biegach. Jeden łuk szansy, kleszcze screen, ale atak! Joe screen, szaleństwo! Screen, pozyszczeń skokowy! Joe screen przed Filip Kamilem, Piotrem Ślistem i Sebastianem Markiem. 3-3, remis na wagę zwycięstwa. Leży na torze zrozpaczony Piotr Ślist. Co ja zrobiłem, zdaje się mówić Chorzowianin. Gestykuluje coś tam w stronę wieżyczki. Piotr Ślist, ale to już nie zmieni wyniku meczu. Joe Screen korzyścią Częstochowy. Walczył jak lew, walczył zaciekle, zawzięcie. Zwyciężył w tym wyścigu i było to zwycięstwo na miarę sukcesu w całym spotkaniu. 45,5 do 44,5 punkta. Jednym zaledwie od
semi-final, and third and fourth place are in this race. Pedersen off the inside in red, third in the world right now. Hampel gate 2 in blue, Holder gate 3 in white, Great Knight 12 points. Matti Zegar fourth in the standings, outside in yellow. You can't take your eyes off any of these races here tonight.
No, we can't, and Zegar of course has won a Grand Prix now, and that's definitely boosted his confidence, and he's now super consistent at this level. Hampel coming back after a couple of poor Grand Prix. Pedersen, you know, he's the street fighter, never ever throws the towel in. Big racing prospects, Pedersen crew keenly looking on. Tough one to call again.
Great lineup. This could be a final in itself, couldn't it? Fantastic stuff here in Melilla. Second semi-final. Here we go. Who's going to hit that front in the early stages? Jarek Hampel in blue has made a fantastic start. Zegar third as Holder comes around the outside, and Zegar now challenging hard as Pedersen is still very much in the mix, and Jarek Hampel, Kelvin, has got 3 riders all over him here.
He has. He chose gate 2 and he's done brilliantly to use it. It was the worst gate on the stats, but he's defied that. He's out in front. Holder now nicely in second place. Once again, a solid performance from Chris Holder. Zegar and Pedersen having a real tussle for third place. Hampel out in front. He's in the final. He's looking super smooth, super fast. But Holder, we would suggest, he'll be through to the final.
The big winners in all of this are going to be Hancock and Woofington at the top of the World Championship, because their 2 main rivals, Zegar and Pedersen, just below them, are not going to reach the final here. Hampel's on his way through. Holder superb. Here goes Pedersen up the inside.
Oh! Big crash coming through the last corner. Hampel wins the race. Holder second. Pedersen dives up the inside. Zegar incensed. Oh, it's all kicking off there.
Zegar furious with Nicky Pedersen.
Yeah.
Pedersen not impressed by Zegar's response. It's all kicking off. Huge drama here in Melilla in the second semi-final. Nicky Pedersen disqualified, and that means that Zegar gets a point. Hampel from Holder, Zegar third, and that move from Pedersen means that it's cost him a point as well. But it does mean that both Zegar and Pedersen do not make the final. Here's the incident that everybody's talking about.
Well, there wasn't racing room there, and Pedersen comes charging up the inside. They clash, and the footrest gets hooked underneath the Zegar's bike, and it lifts him off. Zegar's so lucky, he slides in beside the bike. If he had collected the bike, all sorts of injuries could have been on the cards. Gets up clearly very upset, and then Pedersen lashes out as well. Emotions running high, adrenaline, big semi-final. Both boys missing out though.
Well, Zegar made his point. Down in the pits area now, I'm quite sure that 1 or 2 words are going to be said. Intention and emotions down in the pits area. A little discussion here now. And it's still very, very tense. Krista Gardell trying to get involved there to separate them. And Zegar quite clearly fuming here down in the pits area. Nicky, bit of a wind-up merchant, egging him on almost. Big smile on Nicky's face.
Well, Zegar's incensed, and quite clearly what Pedersen was saying to him just fired him up even more. Ward, he'll go close, that's for sure. But Mazinski, after a fine start, he's sort of, well, he's having a hard time right now.
He is. He's disqualified from the restart, so 3 riders only, but
The fact that Darcy Ward did maintain power on the bike means that he is eligible for the rerun. If he'd have pulled out completely, then he would not have been allowed back in the restart. Here we go. Heat number 15 it is. Tapes rise, and who is going to get to the front this time? Nicky Pedersen with a good one. Hancock around the outside again. He just keeps on doing it, doesn't he? Nicky Pedersen is second. Darcy Ward is third. We're going to have a race on here because you can be sure that Ward is going to hunt down Nicky Pedersen. Oh, so close to Pedersen's back wheel. This is spectacular, but Greg Hancock is so assured and in so much control, and Ward piles the pressure on Pedersen now.
Is he ever? This is real action-packed for second and third. Hancock out in front, a masterclass once again. Ward strutting his stuff. Such a talent on the bike. Pedersen making work overtime. Now they all bunch up. Three abreast. Ward now gets into second. Pedersen back up the inside. Fabulous action for second and third. Proper speedway here in E15, that's for sure. Hancock unaware of what's going on behind him. Ward now to the outside, trying a different run. Now gets the better of Pedersen. Down the back straight for the last time.
Here we go, a big blast from Ward. Hancock has the lead. Down to the line we go. Darcy Ward! Whoa! What a move! How on earth did he manage that?
Unbelievable speed!
Into the line-up on the inside, Nielsen.
But now by Pennell's greatest opponent, Dave Jessup, in his opening ride. Egon Muller from West Germany, who can really always do something a bit outrageous, unpredictable in grid 3, and Ollie Olsen 2 points under his belt from his opening ride on the outside. So will Pennell hit the traps again? Heat number 7. A long time to settle. It's Olsen from the outside, and Nielsen, and Pennell's in third place, and there he's powering through now on the inside. He's up under Olsen. Will Olsen be able to hold him out? They hit the pit corner together, and again it is Olsen, the old dog, who can still show them a few tricks. Olsen leads it. Can Pennell find the drive? Can he find the line? Can he find the power to come from the back? And he's in some trouble rearing there, and Olsen is stretching him. Is thoroughly joined now. In third place it's Muller. Olsen showing all his skill around Wembley. Here he has got a tiger on his tail. He looked quickly back over his shoulder as Pennell switches to try and find the outside drive. There's a bit of dirt out there, and Pennell, very spectacular, swings back inside him. Olsen has read him, and it's getting very tight. And Olsen again has shut down and left the gap, and they're both in trouble on the outside. It really is getting hectic. Oh, what a race. Pennell again swinging outside. Can he find the drive? I don't think he's going to make it. Or is he? Up on the line. And he's just moved Pennell. Oh, what a ride. What a ride from Pennell. It seemed that his pace was totally lost on the last lap there. It looked like he had no chance, but he seemed to find drive from nowhere. The power was unbelievable. And he just got up by what, about half a wheel there on Olsen. Favourite now. He has some opposition from the inside there. Tommy Knudsen from Denmark, joint third overall. He has been a surprise packet. Alice Trimmels in grid 2. Chris Morton from England disappointing in grid 3. Bruce Pennell on the outside. Some of the stadium lights appear to have just gone out in case you're getting a dimmer picture. We just hope that isn't going to affect the bright lights for Bruce Pennell on the outside. Knudsen on the inside, the danger man in red. Trimmels in grid 2, Chris Morton hasn't made a start all night in grid 3. Pennell unbeaten on the outside. Heat number 14. Snell biting down there as they settle for the start of heat 14. And again, it is Pennell from the outside, and Knudsen's drifted across, and Pennell has spotted the move and picked him off as clean as a whistle, or has he? Knudsen's come back under him, and this is sensational speedway. So Knudsen leads it. Pennell in all kinds of trouble back in second place, but that really was absolutely terrific action around the first lap. And Knudsen it is. What a surprise packet, this young man. He's in front, second place. Pennell having to work very hard. Can he possibly regain the ground? We saw him earlier come from the back in the most startling fashion against Ollie Olsen. Wilson, and now he's gaining again on Tommy Knudsen. Around the outside again, trying to find the drive. Knudsen's looking for him. They're into the last lap, just 344 metres of Wembley to go. And here comes Kennel again. And I think he's going to go round him. They're absolutely level, neck and neck, elbow to elbow. And Kennel is stretching him. Kennel's gone by. And has he done him? It's on the line. And it's absolutely neck and neck. Who's going to sort that one out? I think Kennel might just have got up by about the width of a tyre. But it was again a Speedway classic.